We have trouble defining ourselves. The way I look at it is that I'm trying to communicate or inform the public, and I'm doing that in a way that's dimensional, that's impacting the natural landscape or the built environment. I knew I wasn't a book person. I wasn't going to be a scientist or an astronaut or anything. I wasn't a good test taker. I wanted something that was more in the creative realm. After getting my degree, I landed a job in an architectural firm where I did exhibit design. And I worked there for 8 years and really was hired as a marketing person to do print, but kind of fell into the exhibit design thing, doing production on graphics, eventually moving into actually doing the actual exhibit design, and fell in love with it immediately. I'd always gravitated towards the projects in schools that were packaging design or had some form or dimension to them. So it was really a logical fit. It was just something I never had thought about doing before. And so I went thinking about architecture, and I ended up working in an architecture firm and going from that architecture firm to another architecture firm. So it kind of came full circle. I'm still working in architecture without actually studying it. I teach because I really enjoy it. I think that the students have great ideas, and I really enjoy what I do, that I want to share it with other people. I really enjoy that, and I also think that the students have such great ideas. It helps to keep me fresh in a way. I can look at things that I look at every day and gives me new ways to think about it. They're looking for all of the potential, where my judgment might be clouded by budget and reality and all of those other things, and sometimes limits creativity. Getting to engage with them and look at their fresh ideas kind of gives me a new way to go back to the office and look at things. So I think it's a way to help keep me fresh. A large portion of what we do is our own independent clients. We get pulled in on significant projects by the firm. We work on some of the healthcare facilities that have a large need for wayfinding and pushing people through the space. We work with our historic preservation architects on a number of projects and work with our interior department. We worked on the CBS 3 project with the interior designers in our firm. We were brought in and part of that team to integrate signage into the new office space, and we even looked into the CBS 3 archives for different images that might be important. We looked at things like from the Mike Douglas show and from the early shows on CBS, really looking for some real gems that we could add to the environment and really help reinforce that brand and that sense of place. The basic idea was taking those principles of physics, chemistry, and biology that they were doing in the classroom and providing examples of them somewhere else in the building. For example, on the chemistry floor, we inlaid molecular structure diagrams, and they were of everyday common materials like caffeine and aspirin and chocolate. But we didn't say anywhere what those were, and the idea is as you get through to that level of chemistry and you start to understand how those formulas come together, you would walk by it and go, I think I could figure that out. And as they figured it out, they'd realize that it was this common everyday material. So, just trying to be clever about things and not saying you should know this or hitting them over the head with anything, but doing it strategically and really reinforcing the whole mission of the building. I think you have to look at each project and look at each client's needs and the missions and the goals of whatever the project is, and respect the architecture and respect the environment, and not do anything that's intrusive or that balances and fits in and that's appropriate to the site. I mean, all of my design work is different. I don't have a style. What I really get involved with is solving the problem, and the problem that's unique to each client, and that's what makes it interesting.